I can get it right. Oh, right there.
Good.
That's perfect.
That's good. Yeah. How do you want to shoot this video?
Well, I was thinking some shots of some ducks. I don't know, I guess just some beauty shots and then like just us doing our interview.
Okay.
Considering somebody forgot the tripod, we'll have to get creative. Sit. Sit him right there.
Here, did you think?
I meant like in the seat.
Oh, okay. Talking at this level.
Oh, we are? Okay. Just making sure.
Oh yeah, I've saved it just for starting this.
Okay. I honestly don't really know what to say.
So, we've hit a year, and it's kind of weird because it's a milestone that I knew we would reach, but I didn't know we would do as much as we did in a year and accomplish as much as we did and as consistent as we've stayed. I'm really happy about that. I personally feel accomplished, and to be able to do it with Trey it's been awesome. I knew when I went to him that that's the right guy, because out of everybody I knew that he could be the most consistent and the most, I don't know, he could bring the most energy with what it was I was trying to accomplish.
You know, looking back over the year and reflecting on everything that we've done, I think that the thing that I'm most proud about is just the raw creativity that we have when it just comes to ideas and our execution. I'm very proud of as well. It's not too often that I sit down and I storyboard an idea with somebody as far as like, you know, oh, we should shoot a video this way or we should shoot a skit this way, and it comes out pretty much exactly like I had it in my head. And it's been incredible to see that every video that we've put out as far as skits has been executed to a point that, I mean, it's exactly what I saw in my head. And I think there's something to be said there in regards to our follow through.
Where I was at the time we started was a really bad place, and I mentioned it on our last podcast episode that for like 4 or 5 months I might laugh here and there or be in an okay mood here and there, but overall life was not good for me at the moment. And this was a way for me to kind of like restart life and do something new. It was kind of like a green light for myself to just be happy. My gosh, how wild it has been and how therapeutic. I've said it 100 times on the podcast. It's been really therapeutic for me.
I think many of my favorite moments take place off mic and off camera in the cuts that we just didn't catch, as far as we may not have hit record yet and we're just goofing off, and you know, we execute a skit a certain way and we're like, oh my god, that's hilarious, we need to hit record and do that. But not only that, but the off mic podcasts, as I want to call them, that Josh and I have in the kitchen, you know, in the day, the hours leading up to the podcast. I mean, we've had 1.5 hour, 2 hour long episodes that could have been just standing in the kitchen talking and eating and cutting up. And I think those are my favorite moments. That probably is what makes this podcast so special to me, is just being able to hang out with my best friend and cut up and make goofy videos and just have fun. And it doesn't matter. It's about us having fun. We're just here to goof off and just hang out. And that's been a lot to me. And I want to do that a lot more going forward. And I know we will.
My favorite, the one that just keeps popping in my head, and there's been a 1,000 belly laughs, but the one that almost killed me was before we hit record on an episode of the podcast. William, who sits on top of the gumball machine, affectionately known as Curtis, he went to fall, and Trey went to catch him, I think, or maybe stop him from falling, and he fell off the gumball machine, and on his way down, Trey stares at William, his eyes get this big, and just belches the whole time William is falling, and he hits the ground, and he's just, And it took me from 0 to 100 in a split second, and I fell out of my chair laughing. I couldn't breathe. And then I managed to crawl up to the laptop and hit record, because I didn't know if I was done hysterically laughing like a maniac or not. So I hit record, and I'm not sure how much of that was captured, how much I laughed. We might have footage of that, but other than that, I would say my favorite skit, that's really tough, because it's like saying, if you have multiple kids, which kid is your favorite? I only have one, so Ayla, you're my favorite. It's tough not to say Electric Desk Elves, because it was the first big one that we did. Like, I don't know, it's minutes and minutes longer than our longest one before that, but being in that little gray jumpsuit with a green bucket as a hat, or if you're Derek, helmet, I sweated so hard in Trey's garage during that whole shoot, but it was so worth it, and it was hilarious. And my gosh, the bloopers and the belly laughs from that, I'd have to say I had the most fun shooting that.
We've accomplished a lot in 1 year, and we didn't overproduce content for the sake of content. We stuck true to our original vision. We created content that we cared about, that we loved, that we nourished and brought to life, and in the process uplifted other creators that also create incredible content. And so, I think there's something special about that as well, that this isn't just a platform for us, it's a platform for everybody.
I don't know, I'll say this, the most touching moment for me was the last episode when Trey said all the things that the people won't see. Every episode of the podcast and every skit that we do, you guys get to see that, and then bloopers here and there. But what you don't get to see is the planning and the editing and just the fellowship between Trey and myself that no amount of views, no amount of subscribers will ever be able to replace. And during a time of my life where I've had to question like who my real friends are, and this past year I know I've got a friend in Trey. I've got, dare I say, a brother, and it does the soul good to know somebody like that, and to be able to do a project that has been as fun as the CS podcast. And I don't see us slowing down. I don't see us stopping anytime soon, because I know I don't want to stop.
Not a lot of people can say they get to, create content with the people that they love, like, I don't know, you have people that are creating content for the sake of creating content because they're just trying to make a name for themselves or something, but we're doing it because we enjoy doing it. And I think it shines through in the finished product. I think you can see the passion that we put into each and every project that we put out. I think that's the goal going forward.
That's my very quick, as quick as this guy can keep it, review of the past year of the CS podcast. That's probably enough footage.
Yeah, this is the first time I got pinto beans in this. They're pretty good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. That's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.